You can't wait for anybody. If you want it, if you see the need, you do it. You know, I started this thing called uh, uh, what? Sorry, the oh, during the pandemic, I I started giving away free pizzas. The restaurants nobody could go in them. It was only takeout, and um, they. I knew of this couple who had moved to town shortly before the pandemic started, and they had a few kids, and so I just called them up and I said, "Look, I can't believe I forgot the name of the. I will remember, believe me. And I'm giving away pizzas. Would you like one?" And they said, "Yeah." And I said, "You can order anything you want," and they did, and I delivered it. They said, "Could we pay it forward?" I said, "Yeah, you can." And that person who got it said the same thing. I've got somebody. And so I put it online that I'm giving away pizzas. And if you knew somebody who wanted one, I started giving it to to the bank, to the post office, to the pharmacies. And then once I put it online, people from all over the world started contacting me and said, "I got somebody in Westport I know. Could you give them a pizza? Or I'd like to donate money toward it." And I started giving out like 10 pizzas a day. And every time they closed up, the 3 times they closed up, down society, I opened up, Pandemic Pizza. That's what I called it. I opened up Pandemic Pizza. I'd call on the phone. "Hi, you've been nominated for Pandemic Pizza." And they'd go, "What?" Or, "I've heard of that. Who did it?" I said, "I can't tell you." I said, "Why not?" I said, "I want you to believe that a lot of people are thinking about you." And a lot of times it'd be completely random, like nobody nominated them. I just chose names out of the phone book. And then after a while, it became dangerous to deliver, right in the beginning. So then people would pick it up themselves. But it was very successful. The point is that we can do a lot of things. That uplifted the community to be the one community probably in Canada that was doing something like that. It was written up in the paper and then in the magazines and in one of those pizza restaurant industry magazines. They put it in there. And then after doing that, I was I started with Deborah and a group of people, Paws to prevent another Westport stray. So there were 3 colonies of cats, over 100 cats in the area, feral cats, given out. And one lived by our house. It was the mayor's, used to treat it by the laundromat. But when he died, they moved to my house because we would feed them. And then I'd get the kittens and we'd get them houses and neutered before they got feral. And our organization now exists over 10 years and we still run. And I was raising money for them and I thought, why aren't I giving to people? So I started something called Westport Shares. And I raised money and used my own money. And we give money to anybody who needs help financially. We don't advertise. It's word of mouth, or it's social workers or who know about us. We try to keep it as low key as possible. First of all, for privacy. But we've given people new teeth. Their dogs ate their teeth. I just gave to a person whose daughter has leg problems and they needed leg things for a wheelchair. We give for people's vehicles that break down and they can't get to work. We try to give to anybody who has a problem that if they don't solve it, it gets worse. And so the Lions Club helps us with donations and stuff. And one thing leads to another. That's what the point is, that we can do so much. We lost so many people in Westport because there was no services and no support. And the people who were so integral in the history and they were brought up here, they had to go somewhere else to go to a senior's home or to be taken care of by family. And I thought that was ridiculous. So I put it online that I was tired of this. And is there anybody else who's tired of people having to leave? And so we started a group called Westport Senior Living. And right now, it's unbelievable how many events we have and how much help. We have a coffee club that strangers are becoming neighbors and friends, and it's a beautiful thing. And these are things that are so simple if we just think of each other and not just think of ourselves. I mean, it's all right to think of ourselves. We need to. We need to be the force inside us that uplifts us. I believe in that. I believe in self-love. I don't think it's a problem like, I can't think of the word, being conceited or something. I think it's just the ability to keep going in this tough life. Is we have to be our biggest supporter. And then from there, we can take on helping our neighbors, helping the world.